Hello, my name is Jenny. I live in London. I rent a small flat, and I teach English literature at a university. Most of my stories come from my summer jobs, but this story happened in my own home, right above my head. This is the story of an empty flat, footsteps in the night, and one small word that everybody used wrong. If stories like this help you learn English, please subscribe. And if you like mysteries, give this video a like. It means a lot. Now, listen carefully. Every detail is important. My flat is on the second floor of an old London house, 6 flats, quiet neighbors, and Mr. Porter, the caretaker. He opens the front door at 7 in the morning. He locks it at 9 in the evening, and he knows everything about the house. Above me, on the 3rd floor, there is flat number 6, and flat number 6 is empty. The owner moved abroad a year ago, Mr. Porter told me. Since then, there is nobody in that flat. Nobody, Miss Jenny. It is the quietest flat in London. The quietest flat in London. Well, listen to what happened. One Friday night, I was reading in bed. It was 10 o'clock, and suddenly, above my head, tap, 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 footsteps, slow, heavy footsteps, like big boots on a wooden floor. They walked across the ceiling, stopped, and walked back. There is nobody in that flat. Then who was walking? Now, my friend, I am a teacher, not a child. I do not believe in strange things. Every strange thing has a simple answer. You just have to find it. So I did not hide under my blanket. I took my notebook, and I wrote. Friday, 10 o'clock, heavy footsteps, like boots. Remember those words. Like boots. They will be important. On Saturday, silence. On Sunday, silence. On Monday, silence. And on Tuesday night, tap, 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 tap. Footsteps again. But wait, these were different. Light, quick, small steps, like someone young, dancing across the floor. I wrote it down. Tuesday, light, quick footsteps. Heavy boots on Friday, light feet on Tuesday. Tell me, my friend, do empty flats change their shoes? In the morning, I asked my neighbors. Mrs. Field from the 1st floor said, "Footsteps? Impossible, dear. There is nobody up there. There hasn't been anybody for a year." Mr. Porter, the caretaker, said the same. Miss Jenny, I open this house every morning. I lock it every night. And I have never seen anybody go up to flat 6. Never. Not one person. And then, there was Mr. Weaver. Mr. Weaver lives on the 3rd floor, opposite the empty flat. He is always, at his window, watching the street. He knows when you leave. He knows when you come back. And here is the strange part. Every week, Mr. Weaver takes the letters for flat 6 from the box downstairs and carries them up. Why? Why does a man take letters for a flat where there is nobody? Now I had my suspect. Maybe there is somebody in that flat, and Mr. Weaver knows. Maybe he gives that somebody food, letters, secrets. My imagination made a whole film in one evening. So on Wednesday, I knocked on his door. "Mr. Weaver, the letters for flat 6. Why do you take them?" He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "The owner asked me, Mr. Grant. He lives in Spain now. He sends me a little money, and I post his letters to Spain. Once a month. That is all." He looked at his shoes. "It is something to do When you live alone, it is nice to have a small job. Oh, my suspect was not a criminal. He was just lonely. I felt my face go red. Mr. Weaver, would you like some tea? I have too much cake and nobody to eat it. And over tea, Mr. Weaver, the man who watches the street, gave me the golden clue. Footsteps, you say? Interesting. You know, on Saturday mornings, very early, at 6, there is always a taxi outside our house. Always on Saturdays. I see it from my window. People with suitcases get in. I always thought they were from the house next door. People with suitcases at 6 in the morning, when the front door is still locked and Mr. Porter is not here yet. Think, Jenny, think. Friday night, heavy boots. Saturday, 6 in the morning, a taxi and suitcases. Mr. Porter locks the door at 9 and opens it at 7. So he never sees these people. They come after 9. They leave before 7. I have never seen anybody, he said. And it was true. But my friend, I never see anybody, does not mean there is nobody. Friday night came. 10 o'clock. Tap, tap, tap. The boots were back. I took a deep breath, walked up the stairs, and stood in front of flat 6. Behind the door, there was light, there was music, and there was a sound I knew very well, the little wheels of a suitcase. I knocked. The door opened, and there was a man in pajamas, with a toothbrush in his hand. Behind him, a woman reading a guidebook of London. "Oh, hello," the man said, smiling. "Are we too loud? Sorry. We arrived from Manchester tonight. Lovely flat. We found it online. 2 nights, very good price." Online, 2 nights. Very good price. There was somebody in the flat. There was somebody almost every weekend. A different somebody each time. Heavy boots, light feet, families, students, tourists. Mr. Grant in Spain was renting his empty flat on the internet, night by night. And he told nobody, not the caretaker, not the neighbors. His guests came late in the evening and left with the first taxi. That is why Mr. Porter never saw anybody. You cannot see people who come when you are not looking. In the morning, Mr. Porter called Mr. Grant in Spain. I did not hear the whole talk, but I heard Mr. Porter say, 20 years I work in this house, 3 times. After that, Mr. Grant said sorry to everybody and did everything properly, with papers and rules. And the funny end? Mr. Weaver showed me the website. The guests wrote reviews about flat 6, and one review said, "Wonderful flat, very quiet building, nobody disturbed us at all, nobody disturbed them, and me?" I was learning something new that week. When people say, there is nobody, sometimes they mean, I see nobody, and those are 2 very different things. Now, open my notebook with me. 3 clues from this story. Clue number 1. There is nobody in that flat. There is, plus nobody. We use it to say a place is empty. No people at all. Clue number 2. Is there anybody up there? In questions, we use anybody. Is there anybody? I have never seen anybody. Clue number 3. The most important. There was somebody in the flat. Somebody, a person, but we don't know who. And in our story, there was somebody every weekend, A different somebody. Mr. Porter never saw anybody, but that never meant there was nobody. And now, your turn, detective. Look around you and tell me in the comments. Is there anybody at home with you right now? Right. There is somebody. Or, there is nobody. I read every comment. And next time, a story from my teaching life. A new student came to me. His written English was perfect. Every test, every exercise. But when I said hello, he could not say one word. Not one. See you, my friend.